If you want to stay up to date with all current hip hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to become part of this community. We just got some big news from Cordae, formerly YBN Cordae. He announced a new EP, and I'm here to talk about it. So yesterday on April 20th, so 420, of course a lot of artists were releasing stuff because, in the honor of 420, Snoop Dogg released something. I know a lot of smaller artists release their kind of little mixtapes that they always do on 420. But YBN Cordae, or I should just say Cordae, because, after the YBN crew split up, he just went by Cordae. Has announced that he's going to release an EP titled Just Until still this week. And I kind of wanted to go over the announcement and then also talk about what we know about this thing so far and give my own perspective on what I want from this, basically, and what I think this could mean in his career. So he took to Instagram to post the cover that is just, it's like a white background, kind of off-white with Just Until, and then we have See You Soon, album almost done, Cordae as like the quote at the bottom of the thing. And then the backside, it features 4 tracks as kind of the track list. We have More Life featuring Q-Tip, Dream in Color, What's Up featuring Young Thug, and Thornton Street. Now, from these 4 tracks, as to my knowledge, we haven't heard them so far. The snippets we have so far are not for these tracks. So, there's nothing we really know about them, only that Q-Tip and Young Thug are on 2 of them, which is kind of exciting. I believe a Young Thug Cordae song could really, do something, because Young Thug has just recently with Slime Language 2 proven that he is, capable of having a lot of artists featured on his stuff and still do his own thing. So I'm always very, positive when it comes to a Young Thug feature. Q-Tip, of course, is also cool. I think that collaboration could also fit very well with both of their styles. In the caption he wrote, album is almost done, but here's something just until. Tomorrow at midnight. So, of course, a pun at the title of the EP. He said just until, so that's likely where that name comes from, in case any of y'all were wondering. He said this is dropping tomorrow at midnight. Now this could mean 2 things: either the night of Wednesday to Thursday, which would kind of be weird to drop on a Thursday, or, as I think, maybe this post just wasn't timed all the way correctly, maybe from Thursday to Friday, which is usually when new stuff drops. So that's like I think it's going to be that we get it at midnight from Thursday to Friday that night. That's kind of my prediction on that. Now, another thing that he, of course, said that that was even, I think, more important than even this EP is he said album is almost done, but here's something just until. So the album is, as he said, almost done. This album is something that is very special. This album is his first solo album after he split up with the YBN crew. Now, of course, he's released his first debut solo album, The Lost Boy, back in 2019 to very high critical acclaim. A lot of people loved it. We had, all the singles on here. Have Mercy. We had R&P with Anderson .Paak, which was a hit. We had Broke as F on here. And this whole thing was just really proof that Cordae could have a self-sustaining solo career outside of his path with the YBN crew. And that's also one of the main things that I like about Cordae. Out of Namir and Jay, he is probably the one that has the most personal style and that I, at least, can connect the most to on a personal, emotional level. And that's always very important when it comes to artists building their fan bases. So this is why this new album, now completely independent, not even part of the YBN crew anymore, is even more so exciting. I believe he can take his own path on here. I believe he can really try to do something with his music that maybe, he didn't do before because he was kind of restricted by whatever kind of stereotypes were holding him back. That's why I'm so excited for this. We got 2 singles so far. We got The Parables, which I really loved. The video for it was also amazing. It didn't do too well on a commercial level, but then we also had the Roddy Ricch assisted Gifted, which also got a video, if I remember correctly. There was like a big mansion in there, yeah. That did better than the Parables. Also an amazing song, to me kind of very generic. I didn't find that song as unique, as kind of special as it could have been, but it was still a nice song. I would not have, wasted a Roddy Ricch feature on this song, but still, it's a good song. So these two songs, of course, got me excited for that album, but I'm hoping that this EP will do that job even more so. As I said, 4 tracks on this new EP. What we know so far, the album cover that he announced, which is kind of unoriginal, but still, what else do you want? It's just a little EP that he drops for fans until the album comes. And he said this whole thing is marketed as like the teaser for the album. He's saying the album is almost done. This is kind of what you get in the meantime. And I think we should treat it as such. We don't know if any of these songs that are on here, of the 4, will, make the cut to get put on the actual album that's supposed to come out. But honestly, I think some of them would. I don't think he would just, get a Young Thug feature and just put it on an EP for the fans and just like announce it very spontaneously. I think this might also be a track that'll get carried over onto the, eventual album. But we just don't really know yet. As to when I think this album is dropping, as with so many artists at the moment, I'm talking Drake, Travis Scott, Migos, even J. Cole, they'll probably wait till the summer. They'll probably wait till May or June to drop this thing. May is probably a very, I think it'll drop in May. That's kind of my own prediction for it. It'll just make sense. The pandemic will be somewhat over. People will be outside again. And Cordae is also known for that very, somewhat of a light-hearted sound that he can deliver. So I think people will really appreciate that if he drops around that time of the year, around the summer. And that's why I think it's going to drop in the summer. I'm very excited for this. I hope that we can get a new side of Cordae on this new record. I have very much hope in him. I think he is a very bright, shining star in hip-hop at the moment. And also maybe we'll get some, great new stuff on this new EP. I hope that we get it on Friday, maybe even, tonight on Thursday, but I'm really guessing it's going to be Friday. It would just make the most sense, considering the whole Billboard kind of statistic that they always track charts across the week. So it'll just make sense it'll be Friday. But yeah, let me know what you think about this. Are you excited for this new EP? Are you hyped for the songs we have on here? What do you think about the songs' names so far? What do you think we can expect from his new album that's supposed to come soon? And when do you think this new album will actually drop? Do you agree with me that it's going to be the summer, that's going to be probably May, or do you have a whole nother theory that you want to share with me? Definitely let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media and blog down in the description. It really helps me out. Until the next one, y'all have an incredible day, and y'all take care.